Good day, dear students. In this video session, we are going to discuss post-fertilization events. Okay. Now, you know that sexual reproduction have some phases, right? Pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. Now, in the pre-fertilization event, we have already discussed how the gametes are formed. Okay, like microsporogenesis process, we have seen how pollen has formed. Megasporogenesis, how ovule and under that embryo sac has formed. That was megasporogenesis. Gametes have formed. Okay, that we have seen. The second, this was about the pre-fertilization event. Next, fertilization event, we have seen how the fusion of this gametes takes place, and that event we have seen double fertilization in this particular chapter, right? And in this session, we are going to see after fertilization, what are the changes are taking place in that flower, okay? And what is the end result of the fertilization? All these events we are going to see in this particular session, that is post-fertilization events, okay? Now, post-fertilization events include some steps, or you can say, some steps. Okay, the very first step is formation of endosperm. Okay, now come back here. If you remember, this is the structure of embryo sac, right? Having two synergid cells, one egg cell and two polar nuclei, three antipodal cell. Polar nuclei are present in central cell, right? Now, I told you the very first event under post-fertilization is endosperm formation. Now, how the endosperm is forming? If you remember, there are two male gametes from the pollen, okay? One of the male gamete is fusing with the egg cell forming zygote. So, this will result into zygote, right? And here, one gamete is fusing here and this becomes triploid now, okay, and this triploid cell, okay, 3N, whereas this is 2N, right? This triploid becomes primary endosperm nuclei or primary endosperm nucleus, and the entire cell, okay, this entire cell, the central cell becomes primary endosperm cell. Right. Now, this primary endosperm cell will divide further to produce endosperm. So, this is the first step of post-fertilization. Now, you will be thinking, why not zygote is developing into embryo first? Why endosperm is forming first? Now, the reason behind it is zygote to develop into embryo. Okay, zygote to develop into embryo, this requires nourishment, and the nourishment is provided by the endosperm. So obviously, first the nourishing cell has to produce, and then only once the nourishing cells are produced, then only that nourishment, the cells will be giving nourishment to the developing embryo, right? So this is the reason why endosperm is forming first and then the embryo is forming. Okay, so the first event of post-fertilization is development of endosperm. Second is development of formation of embryo. Okay, then what happens? The entire ovule, okay, becomes seed, and the ovary, which has the ovule inside, entire ovary becomes fruit. All these events, that is endosperm formation, embryo formation, seed formation and fruit formation, all these are events of post-fertilization. Okay, so let us start with the very first, that is how the endosperm is forming. Okay, now as I told you, primary endosperm cells. Okay, this cell, that was the central cell earlier, now referred as primary endosperm cell, is undergoing mitotic division. Okay, and you know that primary endosperm cells is triploid, 3N. Okay, and this 3N number of chromosomes, or you can say primary endosperm cell, is undergoing mitotic division. So what obviously what will happen over here? From one there will be next cell. Okay, now immediately what happens, if you remember, from one nuclei, two daughter nuclei are produced, and then that result into formation of cell wall. So from one cell, two cells were forming, two daughter cells were formed. Okay, two cells, four daughter cells were formed. Earlier, okay, first nuclei and then the cell wall. But here, primary endosperm cell to undergo mitotic division, there are two types of formation. You can say two types of endosperm are formed over here. Okay, so the two types of endosperm are forming over here. The first type of endosperm which can form is free nuclear endosperm, and the next is cellular endosperm. So this primary endosperm cell to form endosperm, okay, what I want is final is endosperm, because that will be giving rise to nourishment, right? So primary endosperm cell to forming endosperm, it has two ways to form the endosperm. Okay, depending on the need of the fruits, we can say, depending on the type of the flower, two types of endosperm can be formed. Okay, the first free nuclear endosperm and second is cellular endosperm. Now what is this free nuclear and cellular endosperm? Okay, for example, if this is the case, this is the primary endosperm cell, suppose. Okay, there is only one nuclei first. From one nuclei I am drawing little big. Okay, so I erase this now, and there is primary endosperm cell. Okay, earlier it was having only one nuclei. Okay, now from this one nuclei, there will be one more nuclei. Two nuclei have formed. Now normally what should happen? It should form the cell wall, but this is not forming. Cell wall is not forming. From the two, four nuclei are being formed. Okay, from the four, this will again give rise to one, this will again give rise to one, 4 to 8 to 16 to 32. Like this, what will happen is the number of nuclei will be produced. All are triploid because it is mitotic division. Okay, these nuclei are not developing cell wall. So this is nothing but free nuclear endosperm. Free nuclear endosperm. Is this clear to you all? Okay, so this is free nuclear endosperm. Later what happens is the peripheral nucleus. Okay, you can see one here. Okay, so depending on the need of the embryo, how much embryo is requiring the nourishment, till that the nuclei will be dividing. Okay, and once it has taken the nourishment, and or you can say after some period of time, the peripheral nuclei starts developing cell wall like this. Okay, so this later which is forming, it's called as cellular endosperm. Okay, so free nuclear endosperm and cellular endosperm. So this is now what is cellular endosperm. After free nuclear, cellular endosperm is forming. A best example of this, I will show you a picture here. See, everyone is familiar with this fruit, right? Coconut. Now here the picture is showing you about tender coconut and the matured coconut over here. Okay, now here tender coconut, why I am showing, because everyone knows that tender coconut water is highly nutritious, we say. Okay, so what is that? The tender coconut water is actually free nuclear endosperm. The water is actually free nuclear endosperm. Okay, and later, so you know that when it is tender, it is not having that fleshy part. Okay, just next to the water there is fleshy part, right? White kernel we say. Okay, white fleshy part, it is called as kernel. That kernel is quite thin, right? But as water decreases, the kernel increases, right? The kernel, we can say the kernel height increases. So water decreases, kernel increases. So what is actually happening over here? The same thing I will tell you here. See, earlier it is having only water. The tender coconut water is actually the free nuclear endosperm. What you are drinking, the water which is highly nutritious, we say, is nothing but the free nuclear endosperm. Since it is endosperm, it is having number of food reserve material, and that's why we say that the water which you are drinking is highly nutritious. Okay, so as a result the coconut matures, okay, or as and when the coconut matures, the water decreases, the water content decreases, meaning what happens, the peripheral nucleus starts to the peripheral nucleus the cell wall starts developing. So cell wall starts developing, the kernel increases and water decreases, okay, and the what you can say, the white fleshy part of the kernel is nothing but the cellular endosperm. As cellular endosperm will increase, the water content will decrease. Very easy to remember, okay. So endosperm is forming in two different ways: free nuclear endosperm, cellular endosperm. First stage is to form that free nuclear endosperm, and later the cell wall starts developing, that is cellular endosperm. Okay, there are some exceptional cases wherein, as I told you, there is only one nuclei. Okay, one nuclei, that is one PEN. If I am considering this, one PEN will develop into, after mitotic division, two PEN will develop. In this case, there will be many nuclei and then the cell wall will be forming. But there are some exceptional cases wherein the nuclei has formed, the daughter nuclei formed, then only immediately the cell wall will be forming. Then these two cells will be giving two more, okay. So 4 cells will be formed. So immediately cellular endosperm can form. But this is the case of tender coconut, or majority, the free nuclei endosperm is forming first and then the cellular endosperm is forming. So there are two different ways of the forming the endosperm, okay. So primary endosperm cell is undergoing mitotic division, and that mitotic division will lead into many cells, okay. Many primary endosperm cell will be forming, so that we can call it this as tissue now, because group of cell is called as tissue, and that tissue is now referred as endosperm. So endosperm has formed. Okay, so depending on the need of the embryo, okay, the endosperm will stop dividing, okay, or it will continuously divide depending on the need of the embryo. So how much nutrition is required by the embryo, that much amount of endosperm will be formed in particular embryo cell. Okay, now there are some cases wherein endosperm can be completely consumed by the embryo, okay. If endosperm is completely consumed by the embryo, then sometimes the seed becomes very hard, okay. That I will tell you in the seed part, okay, or seed concept I will tell you, but time being, you remember that there are some you can say cereals, okay, wherein endosperm is completely consumed by the embryo, okay. And for example, this type of cereals is pea, groundnut, beans, you know, okay, they are very hard, right? So pea, groundnut, beans, the endosperm is completely consumed, okay. Whereas some seeds wherein the endosperm can remain, okay, or you can say persist in mature seeds. Endosperm can retain in the mature seeds, like the castor coconut. Like castor coconut example I already told you, right? Endosperm is remaining here. So what happens over here? It remains or it persists in some seeds like castor and coconut. Now why it persists? Maybe during germination it may require the nourishment. So during that time this persistent endosperm can be utilized further. Okay. So this is all about the endosperm. I told you primary endosperm cell is undergoing mitotic division to form primary endosperm tissue, and that tissue is referred as endosperm. Endosperm can be formed in two different methods. So there are two modes of formation of endosperm: free nuclear endosperm and cellular endosperm. I have shown you how the nuclei is forming first, then cell wall is formed. Okay, so free nuclear and cellular endosperm. Then I told you there are some seeds wherein endosperm, or there are some embryos which can completely consume the endosperm. Okay, and there are some wherein some amount of endosperm can remain in the may, so that they may require for germination, so there may be endosperm remaining in the seed. That's it. Okay, so this is all about the endosperm. In the next video session I will tell you how embryo is being developed. Okay, that is the second event of post fertilization. Thank you.